Today we're today we're going to see which decade has the best finals MVPs. For the 2010s, there were only 5 different finals MVPs, so we have a starting lineup of LeBron at the 1, Iggy at the 2, Kawhi at the 3, KD at the 4, and Dirk at center. Fatigue and fouling out has been turned off to make this as fair as possible. For the 2000s, we have a starting lineup of Tony Parker, Kobe, Paul Pierce, Tim Duncan, and Shaq. And then coming off the bench, we have Dwayne Wade and Chauncey Billups. For the 1990s, there were only 4 Finals MVPs, who were Jordan, Tim Duncan, Shaq, and Hakeem. Since Jordan won the most Finals MVPs and this team did need another guard, I added a second Jordan to run point guard for the team. For the 1980s, we have the Pistons backcourt of Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, then Larry Bird, Moses Malone, and Kareem rounding out the starting lineup. And coming off the bench, we have Magic and James Worthy. We are missing Cedric Maxwell, but I couldn't find a player model of him, so that's why we don't have him. Last but not least, we have the 1970s, which has a starting lineup of JoJo White, Magic Johnson, John Havlicek, Willis Reed, and Kareem. Then coming off the bench, we have Wes Unseld, Rick Barry, Bill Walton, Wilt, and Dennis Johnson. Season's wrapped up. LeBron James, Tim Duncan, and Dirk Nowitzki all made the All-NBA first team. LeBron did also win MVP. For the All-NBA second team, we have both Jordans making the team, Hakeem. And then for the All-NBA third team, we have Tim Duncan, Larry Bird, and Shaq making those. For the defensive teams, we have LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kawhi, and Shaq all making those. And then we have the other Michael Jordan, Andre Iguodala, Hakeem, and Shaq all making the defensive team. For the Eastern Conference, we have the 70-71 Bucks taking first place with 78-4, and they were the 1990s. We have the 71-72 New York Knicks, who were the 70s. And then we have the 64-65 Celtics, who were the 2010s. In the Western Conference, we have the 70-71 Lakers, finishing with a record of 73-9, who were the 1980s. And then we have the 64-65 Lakers, who were the 2000s, finishing one game behind them. For the 1970s Finals MVPs, we had Kareem leading the team at 18.5 points and 9 rebounds. For the 2000s Finals MVPs, we had Shaq at 24 and 16. Kobe also had 22.5 and 8. And then Tim Duncan had 19.5 and 14. For the 1980s, we had Moses Malone leading the team at 23.5 and 15. Kareem put up 22.5 and 14. And then Larry Bird put up 20.5, 7.5, and 10.5. For the 1990s, we had both Jordans dropping a 30 and 29. They both got about 6 rebounds and both got over 12 assists. We also had Shaq putting up 28 and 15, Hakeem putting up 26.5 and 13.5, and then Tim Duncan putting up 20.5 and 14 and 8. And then for the 2010s, we had LeBron James at 30.5, 9.5, and 15. Dirk put up 30, 14.5. Kawhi put up 28 and 8. Kevin Durant put up 25.5 and 8.5. And then Iggy put up 13, 6, and 9. First round of the playoffs. Simulate the first round, see what happens. We have all 5 teams making it through. Lakers sweeping. This Lakers win in 5. The Bucks win in 5. Boston wins in 4. And New York wins in 4. Second round of the playoffs. And the Celtics end up losing to the 1970s team. We got the third round of the playoffs. We got the Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals. Simulate round. And we get the 1980s versus the 1990s. We have Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Larry Bird, Moses Malone, and Kareem going against Michael Jordan, Tim Duncan, Hakeem, Shaq. This is to see which decade has the best Finals MVP. And it is the 1990s with Tim Duncan winning Finals MVP at 25.5, 11.5, and 6 while shooting 54%. Closeout game, they win by 10. Larry Bird dropped 26. Moses Malone dropped 26. But it just was not enough for this Bucks team, with Shaq dropping 39 and 11, Tim Duncan dropping 28 and 12. Michael Jordan dropping 26, 5, and 7. Hakeem dropping 24, 17, and 7. And then the other Michael Jordan dropping 22, 4, 14 with 4 steals.